In the struggle for civil rights, there was no place more dangerous than Lowndes County, Alabama. Segregation was enforced by violence, lynching rampant. Its nickname, Bloody Lowndes. Jonathan Daniels, who had been organizing in Selma, was itching to move on to Lowndes County, where voting rights were under siege.
He was not going to accept no once he thought that it was necessary for a white person to be in Lowndes County.
Jonathan would become the first white civil rights worker in Lowndes County, working closely with Ruby Sales, who skipped classes at nearby Tuskegee University to join the freedom fighters. She's now 68 years old and living in Atlanta, Georgia.
I thought he was a very complex, multidimensional, loyal, brilliant, provocative, push the envelope kind of person.
Ruby hadn't known a lot of white people, and certainly none like Jonathan.
He learned in Keene, New Hampshire, to stretch the limits of class. And that really served him well, because he was flexible. He was able to get along with people from a variety of backgrounds.
At the time, 80% of Lowndes County was black, and not one of them had ever cast a vote. Despite threats from segregationists, Jonathan, Ruby, and the legendary Stokely Carmichael would canvass the neighborhoods, mostly farms, danger around every corner.
It was incredibly frightening to be riding down Highway 80, and all of a sudden, 2 pickup trucks would appear, and they would have guns on their racks.
Jonathan traded his borrowed red Volkswagen for a faster getaway car.
And Jonathan had been chased several times also, and he learned to be a very good driver in Lowndes County, because your life depended on whoever was under that wheel had to know how to drive that car, or you would not have made it.
One Saturday afternoon on a sweltering August day, Jonathan and Ruby joined about 20 teenage protesters from Fort Deposit, who were picketing stores that forced blacks to enter from a back door and pay higher prices for goods.
When we got there that morning, there was a white mob waiting for us with baseball bats, garbage cans, yelling and screaming. It was terrifying.
Within minutes, they were arrested and hauled off to the Hayneville jail on a garbage truck. That's Jonathan entering the squalid jail, thinking he'd be released in 2 hours. Instead, they spent 6 long, hot, humid days in tiny, crowded cells with overflowing toilets and no running water.
It was filthy. It was hot. We were terrified because the jailer said that we were going to be raped.
But yet their spirits were never broken, Jonathan lifting up the others.
I'm sure he trembled in his boots at many points in being in jail. But I think his courage and his resolve outweighed his fear.
He would lead them in song, their voices heard blocks away.
Do you want your freedom? Certainly, Lord. Do you want your freedom? Certainly, Lord. Certainly, 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 Lord. That's how we got through. Without music, we would not have made it. So every opportunity we got, we were singing. Those freedom songs were our lifeline.
And then abruptly, on the 6th day in jail, August 20th, 1965, they were released. No bail, no explanation.
We knew something instinctively didn't feel right. Not only because he let us out and there was nobody to meet us, but also what didn't feel right, the streets were empty.
Jonathan, Ruby, and 2 others, another black teenage girl and a young white Catholic priest, headed across the street to buy a soda at Varner's cash store. Waiting for them at the door, Tom Coleman, a white part-time sheriff's deputy with a loaded 12-gauge shotgun.
And it happens so fast. He says, B-I-T-C-H. I'll blow your GD brains out. Because I'm in the front. And before I can process the meaning of the words, Jonathan pulls on my blouse. And the next thing I know, shotgun blasts. I hear shots. And I think, and I see Jonathan's body flying up in the sky, as if it were flying up in the sky. And I say to myself, this is what you're dead. This is what it means to be dead.
In that split second, Jonathan pushed Ruby aside, protecting her life, sacrificing his own. Ruby lay still. Another shotgun blast. Tom Coleman hit the Catholic priest in the back. He would survive. The other teen escaped. The murder scene was quickly cleaned up as if nothing had happened.
Obviously, I was traumatized by the whole experience. For months I couldn't talk. I mean, I could speak, but I wouldn't speak.
It wasn't until Tom Coleman's trial 1 month later that Ruby found the words.
Well, what was great for me is that you have to understand, I was defending Jonathan that day, and that made me feel good that I was saying to the courtroom what he would never get an opportunity to say.
Tom Coleman claimed he acted in self-defense and was acquitted by an all-white, all-male jury.
When I walked out of that courtroom and got to the privacy of my own room, you can imagine how I cried. And what I cried for was not for myself, but for the fact that Jonathan was no longer there.
Ruby left Alabama and after many stops settled here in Atlanta, devoting her life to racial, economic, and social justice.
I felt it was an opportunity and a gift to give back to the world that which had been given to me.
Next, the news of Jonathan Daniels' murder hits Keene and Ruby Sales' hesitation about attending the funeral.